we're fishing the Columbia River this morning for the largest freshwater fish in North America, and that would be the white sturgeon. I'm up here with one of my friends, Rick, and a couple of his relatives, Dan and Denise. We've got our rods baited up, getting ready to let them out. Let's see what happens here. Columbia River now for several years, and what we found that works best for bait is fresh shad. And we'll show you how to rig one up here in a couple minutes. We're going to clip the tail. We're going to cut the gill plates. All of that stuff creates drag in the water. Now we're going to put some slits in it for our leader so it won't slide. Going to take the hook, we're going to thread it through the backbone. 3 or 4 times like this works pretty well. And the most important part right here, and Rick does a really good job at this, come in through the back of the head, roll the hook through the skull. You're going to come right through the top, back of the skull right there. Now pull that hook and so it stays just like that. And that hook is exposed, and any sturgeon that comes up and grabs that is going to try to eat that shad head first, and he's going to get that 10-aught barbless octopus hook right in his lip. Then we do some half hitches on the tail end of the shad, 2 or 3 half hitches. And there we go. That is a Columbia River rigged shad for oversized sturgeon. And when we let our lines out up here on the Columbia River, we really don't want to cast a 48 or a 32 or even a 24-ounce weight. There's a lot easier way we let our lines out. And what we have here is just a spare fishing rod. It's an old one. And it's just an Olympic reel. It has a line counter on it. And that way we can tell how far back our lines actually go. And the rod is just an old spare rod we've had in the closet somewhere. We got it loaded up with just some old braided line. It really doesn't have to be very strong to speak of. Then what we have to attach to our braided line is this little 1/4 inch or what, 1/8 inch rope or something right here. Got a swivel, got a knot, so it won't go through. Then on the bottom side of this crab float, we have a downrigger clip. And this is how we let our lines out up here on the Columbia River. Pretty quick, we'll show you how this actually works. The float rod I was just talking about, we're getting ready to float a bait back, and Rick's going to show us how to set that downrigger clip up to our line. And it takes 2 people to let these things back, so here's how you do it.
All right, we have our shad all baited up, the hook through the top of it, 32-ounce sinker below it on a sliding sinker. We're going to take that line and double it over. Then we're going to hook our downrigger clip to the top of the swivel and catch both sides of that piece of line.
Okay, now that we have our downrigger clip attached to our fishing line, now Rick has the float rod, and I'm going to control the fishing rod. Rick and I are going to have to set this float down into the water at the same time, so the 2 guys that actually do this has to work together a little bit. Now everything's nice and snug. Now we just free spool. We let everything go. And it'll float back, and how you tell how far back you are is by the line counter on the old Olympic reel that we're using for the float rod. Now we ran this line back 45 feet according to our line counter on our float rod. Now what's going to happen, going to give the float rod a real hard jerk. All we're trying to do is just break that downrigger clip loose. On the count of 3, then I will actually give some more slack so that that weight drops straight down underneath that float. On 1, 2, 3. As you can see, the downrigger clip popped loose. Rick is reeling in the float, and I just hit the bottom. That's all there is to it. Dan is hooked up again on sturgeon number 2. Winds came up a little bit on us, but that is okay.
There he is. See color. Yeah, you won't have it for long, I don't think.
There we are, ladies and gentlemen. Woo!
Hurry up.
This is about a 7-footer right here, ladies and gentlemen. Dan whipped on this one pretty fast this time. Got him in about 15 minutes or so. Okay, that was our video for today. Thanks for watching. Hey, check us out on our next video.